Another short notice fight for UFC 304. Caolan Loughran taking on Jake Hadley again. I'm sorry if I'm saying that name incorrectly. I'm a stupid American, but it's a good fight. It's two former Cage Warriors champions. Of course, Caolan was in the bantamweight division while Jake was in the flyweight division, and they were ruling their divisions in Cage Warriors simultaneously, and now they're going to be fighting. And I've been watching interviews from Caolan, and he was really surprised when he heard the name Jake Hadley, because of course Jake is a flyweight. He was expecting totally different opponent than Jake Hadley. Jake was not in his mind at all on a potential opponent, but I love the fact that they made this fight, especially in Manchester, England, between two former Cage Warriors champions. I think this is a better fight than Ramon Tavares versus Caolan Loughran. I'd like Ramon versus another striker because I think stylistically that just would be better. Jake versus Caolan, on the other hand, I think stylistically is going to be really fun as well. I do think they're both kind of looking to go out there and wrestle and grapple. Usually, Jake Hadley tried to do that with no success against Charles Johnson. He was able to defend his takedowns and outstrike him on the feet. Cody Durden, he actually did get it to the ground at a few times and hyperextended Cody Durden's arm. So we know if Jake Hadley does get it to the ground, he is very dangerous when he does get it there. But when he's getting pressured on the feet, he doesn't like it. I mean, he was eating a lot of shots in the Charles Johnson fight and eating a lot of... I just said that. Eating a lot of shots in the Charles Johnson fight and just shooting takedowns as much as he could. When he's not able to get the takedowns and he's going against a better striker than him that's pressuring forward, Jake Hadley just doesn't have many answers when it comes to that. Again, when he does get it to the ground, he's very good with the submission attempts, triangle chokes, arm bars, and a lot of the things that are trying to put his opponents to sleep. Not going to do that against Caolan Loughran. He's not going to submit Caolan Loughran. He's only lost to Taylor Lapilus, a guy that was able to defend his takedowns and outstrike him on the feet. I don't actually think Jake Hadley's going to defend the takedowns of Caolan Loughran for the most part here. I think they're going to keep it really even when it comes to the striking, with a very technical back and forth striking match for a little bit. Then they're going to get a little bit more dirty as the fight goes on when it comes to getting in that inside and boxing in the phone booth a little bit. But I think the later and later the fight goes, Caolan is going to realize, well, if I just mix in a takedown every now and then in each and every one of these rounds with my size advantage, with my strength advantage, and I'm able to get it to the ground, land a few ground and pound shots, and just defend those submissions from Jake Hadley from that bottom position, I should win the fight. I think that's a great game plan for Caolan. Keep it really even. Put on that pressure on Jake Hadley. Let him work. Again, he's taking the fight on short notice. We don't know where his cardio is going to be at, so make Jake Hadley work here. Put on that pressure. Put him on that volume, and when he least expects it, when he's moving away and his back is to the cage, mixing that takedown, a little bit of ground and pound, and I think that could very well secure the win for Loughran. 90% is insane for Tapology. These picks are insane on Tapology, but that is the pick. I do have Caolan by decision. Jake is a very hard guy to finish. I think he's never been finished, right? So it was just the Alan Nascimento, Cody Durden, and Charles Johnson ones. He's very tough. He loves to go out there and shoot those submissions from bottom. He loves a good knockout like we saw in the Malcolm Gordon fight, but I believe both guys are really hard guys to finish. Neither have ever been knocked out. Neither have ever been submitted. I actually expect this to be very fun in the striking and on the ground. Jake always makes it fun with his submission attempts, so expect a fun one in the bantamweight division. I got Loughran by unanimous decision.